Most people believe that the more you invest in a relationship, the more you'll get back. But for Sarah, her heart was a high-stakes investment in a market that had already crashed, and she was the only one who didn't know it yet. Meet Sarah and Ethan. To their friends, they were the power couple. Sarah was a nurturer, a woman who believed that love was an infinite well. She poured herself into everything: Ethan's career, his moods, his family, and their shared dreams. Ethan was different. He was magnetic, yes. He was successful, charming, and had a way of making Sarah feel like the only woman in the world, but only when the spotlight was on him. Sarah's life became a series of emotional deposits. When Ethan was stressed at work, she was the silent support system, staying up until 2 a.m. to proofread his presentations. When he felt smothered, she gave him space until her own heart felt cold. She convinced herself that this was what mature love looked like. She thought, if I just give a little more, if I'm just a little more patient, he'll finally see my value. But there was a hollow sound to their home. A house filled with expensive furniture, but very little warmth. Sarah was an emotional billionaire who was slowly being bled dry by a partner who treated her love like a revolving credit line, always withdrawing, never depositing. The first crack in the porcelain appeared on Sarah's 35th birthday. She didn't want a party. She just wanted a night where the spotlight was on her. She'd mentioned a specific restaurant for months. Ethan came home late. He didn't have flowers. He didn't have a reservation. He had a headache and a story about a difficult client.
Come on, Sarah. You know how much pressure I'm under. We can do dinner next week. Let's just order in.
Sarah felt a sharp, icy realization. It wasn't about the dinner. It was the fact that even on her day, she was expected to be the one who provided the comfort. But then, she found something. A small receipt in the pocket of Ethan's coat while she was hanging it up. It wasn't for a birthday gift. It was for a high-end jewelry store, dated 2 days ago. Sarah's heart soared. He did remember, she thought. He's just playing a long game. It's a surprise. But as the days turned into weeks, the jewelry never appeared. And Sarah began to wonder, if that investment wasn't for her, who was it for? Sarah entered a phase of hyperinvestment. It's a psychological trap. When we feel a partner slipping away, we don't pull back, we double down. We try to become unleavable. She became the perfect wife. She cooked his favorite meals. She stopped nagging. She became a ghost of herself, trying to fit into the narrow space Ethan allowed her. But then, the setbacks started. Ethan began taking private work calls in the garden. He changed the passcode on his phone, something they had never done in 10 years.
Ethan, is everything okay? You seem distant.
You're being paranoid, Sarah. This is exactly why I need space. Your insecurity is exhausting.
What happened next was a masterclass in emotional torture. Ethan became the great withdrawer. He would go days without touching her. He would look through her as if she were made of glass. Sarah began to spiral. She started checking his credit card statements, looking for the jewelry. She found it, but not the way she expected. The charge wasn't just for a necklace. It was for a necklace, and a recurring monthly charge for a luxury apartment downtown. An apartment Ethan had never mentioned. She followed him one Tuesday. She watched him walk into that building. She waited for the other woman to appear. She waited for the cinematic betrayal. But 3 hours later, Ethan walked out, alone. He looked happy. He looked light. He looked like the man Sarah had fallen in love with, a man she hadn't seen in 5 years. Sarah didn't confront him in the street. She went home. She sat in the dark and waited. When Ethan walked in, humming a tune, Sarah turned on the lamp. The light was harsh. Unforgiving.
Who lives in the apartment on 4th Street, Ethan?
Ethan didn't flinch. He didn't even look guilty. He sat down and sighed, as if Sarah were a difficult child.
No one lives there, Sarah. It's my sanctuary. It's where I go to be the person I can't be when I'm around you.
Sarah was stunned. The person you can't be? I've given you everything. I've supported every dream, ignored every slight. I have invested my entire soul into you.
And that's the problem. Your investment is a leash. Your love is a weight. I don't want to be nurtured. I want to be free. I bought that jewelry for myself, Sarah. I wear it there. I live there. I am happy there because you aren't there.
The wrong partner isn't always a cheater. Sometimes, the wrong partner is simply someone who views your emotional wealth as a debt they have no intention of repaying. Sarah realized in that moment that you cannot love someone into valuing you. She didn't cry. She didn't beg for him to close the apartment. She realized she had been pouring water into a bucket with no bottom. She left that night. She realized that the torturous trap wasn't Ethan's behavior. It was her own belief that her worth was tied to his approval. It took a year, but Sarah reclaimed her emotional wealth. She started investing in herself. She realized that when you stop giving to someone who doesn't give back, you suddenly have a surplus of love for the person who matters most, you. Ethan stayed in his sanctuary. But eventually, he realized that a sanctuary without a foundation is just a lonely room. Investing emotionally in the wrong partner is like trying to light a fire with wet wood. No matter how much breath you give it, no matter how much you bleed for it, it will never keep you warm. Love is a partnership, not a charity. If you are the only one holding the flame, eventually, you'll just end up burned. Sarah spent 10 years trying to fill a hole that couldn't be filled. Have you ever felt like you were the only one investing in your relationship? Would you have stayed to fight, or walked away like Sarah? Let me know in the comments below.